What's up, guys? So today I complete my first month of MMA training, and of course I have some insights over this past month, some things that I would like to share with you guys. So basically, what I've realized is that in the group classes, in the group training format, the workout can't really be individualized for everybody. So what usually ends up happening is that the classes get divided into two halves. You've got one half of the class which is basically your high intensity circuits, because the trainers want you to improve your endurance. They want you to have that conditioning that is required, that is usually associated with martial arts, with combat sports, and that's what the focus is on for one half of the class. The other half of the class is skill focus. That's when you're practicing on skills. You're getting your kicks in, you're getting your punches, you're learning all the skills necessary for MMA. What ends up happening is that, let's say if it's a class where 20 people are attending, and the class is not built around you have to be up to par with the exercises that are included in the class, right? That is included in the program. And 15 people might make the cut, 15 people might be able to sustain and do those exercises to some degree, but 5 might not be, and they just wash out. So it's not, so you see how the process can't really be individualized around yourself. So what we are going to talk about today are three things that I have identified as demands of the sport, as demands of training. What demands that the training imposes on your body, and respectively three things that you can do to prepare your body better for you to have a better experience. So let's get into it. The first thing that I realize in MMA is that it's just a lot of movement, right? It's a lot of unrestricted movement, and usually coming from sedentary lifestyles, jumping right into an MMA class, you are going to face some restrictions. You are not going to have access, have range of motion in certain areas, and how that usually manifests is through an immobile spine. Whenever you're kicking in MMA, whenever you're turning, preparing for a punch, wrestling, doing whatever, it has a lot of bending and lot of rotating involved. You are rotating and creating power, you're rotating and moving, you're rotating and creating space. Whatever you do in MMA, you're always going to be rotating to some degree, and you're always going to be bending to some degree. All of that rotation and bending comes right from the spine. So whenever you're going to kick, what you do is you plant one leg down and you're kicking with the other leg, and the leg that is planted down on the ground, you are going to face a lot of torsion in that knee, a lot of twisting forces in that knee. Because if you think about it, you're planting the foot down, so your shin is going to be rotating one way to keep your foot stable, and when you rotate for the kick, your thigh is going to rotate the other way, and these opposite rotations happen about the knee, and that's where you face a lot of torsion, that's where you face a lot of torque. That I've identified is that MMA as a sport is obviously going to involve a lot of wrestling, and there's this movement pattern in wrestling known as shooting, where you're basically shooting for the opponent, and shooting involves a lot of deep knee flexion angles. Whenever you're shooting, you're going to be bending, you're going to drop down to the ground really fast, and that goes without saying. That should not come as a surprise that it is a hard thing to do. It's hard for a lot of us to sit in a fully kneeling or a kneeling posture on the ground, or sitting cross-legged on the ground. That is hard itself. So imagine how hard dropping to that same amount of knee bending, knee flexion angle really fast would be. I've picked like 3 or 4 exercises that I do as maintenance work. I either do it before or after training, or I do it on separate days when I'm not training MMA. Number one, for stronger knees, the exercise that I've picked is from the Low Body Basics program by David Gray Rehab. Shout out to Rushabh Elevate Fitness for sending me the Low Body Basics program and the Core Basics program. It's a really great program if you guys want to check that out on David Gray Rehab website or any of his pages. And if you just want the drill, you can find it off of YouTube as well. It is a long lever bridge. The bridge basically helps you improve your ability to co-contract your muscles in your lower body, especially around the knee, and elevate your ability to have those co-contractions, which is going to keep your knee safe when you feel those twisting torsional forces, just to build strong knees. What I do is I like to do 2 to 3 sets of anywhere between 30 seconds per set to 60 seconds per set. That's what the program mandates, that's what the program recommends, and it usually works. The second thing that I like to include in my maintenance work for MMA training is another drill from the Core Basics program, again by David Gray Rehab. And this drill basically has will have you holding on to a 5 kg plate and doing some side bends and rotations in a half kneeling posture. Or you can check the David Gray Rehab program out. Core Basics. Core Basics, that's where this exercise is from. What I do is, if I do not have access to a 5 kg plate at home, I will roll up a mat, a yoga mat, or I'll take a foam roller and I'll do it with that. And in my own experience, to begin with, as a starting point, it works just fine. So I like to do 2 sets of 10 repetitions in each position on each leg of the side bends and the rotations. The third thing that I like to do is this really great exercise, really great knee flexion, knee mobility exercise by the Knees Over Toes guy in the ATG program. You can get this program off of the Knees Over Toes guy website as well. You can find this off of YouTube as well. I'm not really sure about the name, but this exercise is really great for you to get habitual, for you to understand how to create access, how to access that deep knee flexion, deep range of motion in your knees. I like to incorporate 2 to 3 sets of anywhere about 15 to 20 reps per leg in the workout, in the maintenance workout, and that works just fine. This is a great starting point. This helps you get accustomed to flexing your knee that deeply. You need lots of reps on reps, and eventually the experience becomes better for you. So you need strong knees, you need mobile knees, and you need a mobile spine. That's what this maintenance sequence is all about. That's what I've been doing. It's hardly going to take 15 to 20 minutes for you guys to do these 3 exercises, but it pays off in huge dividends. Video was again about aligning your training with the goals that you have in mind, the goals that you want to accomplish. The goal here being elevating your fitness up to a point where you have a better experience in MMA training, structured around the demands of the training itself, and the protocol is in line with that. If you guys want to know a little bit more about how to do that, the last video that I made was exactly on this topic. It was on how to set up your training, how to set up your exercises aligned with the goals that you have in mind in 4 different ways. If you guys want to check that out. And yeah, that'll be it for today. I'll be back with another video. See you guys soon.